So, First Lady Pastor Jameliah Gooden from United Charlotte International Church went viral from cussing on the pulpit and at the altar. She was actually cussing at a lady that allegedly that was coming on to her husband, and the lady allegedly was a prophet at another church. She said that she tried to interrupt their marriage. She didn't say how, but she did say she's not going for that. Well, let me introduce you to Jameliah Gooden if you do not know her. Again, she is from United Charlotte International Church, where she pastors. Jameliah Gooden is unique and fearless keynote speaker from Charlotte, North Carolina, with a focus on women's empowerment, teen and youth mentoring, corporate America, and healthy relationships. Now, as the pastor of United Charlotte International and the voice behind the popular Car Chronicles movements on social media, she has worked to share her message of healthy self-empowerment with those who need it most. She is also an author of the best-selling book, The Death of an Angry Black Woman, and her brand new best-selling release, A Needle in a Haystack: How to Find Love in the Rubble, an Amazon #1 new release for dating and love categories. Wait 1 minute. Did she say she's an author of The Death of an Angry Black Woman and a love coach for dating and love categories and healthy relationships and marriages? Wow. Listen, not judging, not criticizing, but as women, we are emotional. I can speak on that because I am a woman. And sometimes we react rather than respond. But there are certain places that you should just not do certain things, if you know what I mean. But again, not judging, but wow. And she went on to say that, she apologizes and you will hear her apology. And she said there is still hope for her, and there is. But how, and she can come back from this. God has forgiven her. So I guess we will too. But some things and some people just will never, ever forget it, and trust and believe it will be talked about, because again, she went viral because she reacted and she cussed on the pulpit and at the altar, saying that she was going to beat that lady's ace for real. And that she is from Brooklyn, and you can't take Brooklyn out of her. Even though she lives in Charlotte, I'm still a Brooklyn woman, she said. But let's take a look at the whole incident, the apology, and how she feels that there is still hope for her in the ministry, and that she's asking for forgiveness so that we and she can move on and teach and preach the word of God, and also to continue being a coach for love and marriage and healthy relationships and empowerment for women. Listen, I definitely want to hear from you. Let's talk about it. Comment below. I definitely want to know. What do you think?
This week was a week of hell. It was hell. I never knew I could go through so much hell, Trina. It was hell. The woman from Atlanta that tried to come in between me and my husband. This woman says she's a prophetess. She got a word from my husband. I said, no, you ain't got a word for him. You got a word for us. Natasha Davis. I told you, I'm not your typical first lady. This first lady fight. And if I catch you in the street, I warned you. I warned you. I'm a Brooklyn chick. That ain't never changed. I'm just an anointed Brooklyn chick. And I'm coming for that ass. That's Jameliah's husband. Point to the say, that is Jameliah's husband. Thank you. Now back to what I was trying to say. I know I'm going to get in trouble, but I'm going to walk her and oh yeah, I know y'all ain't going to like me. I'm sorry, Joint College of Bishop. Oh, I got eyes on her. I got eyes on you, baby. When I see you, I promise you, I'm going to make Larry Reed again. And this time, it's because you got the...
Okay, you've seen it and heard it for yourself. Do you think that was appropriate or inappropriate? Do you think this was the place to handle this type of situation? And she called the lady out by her name and the place where she lives in ATL. Okay, now let me ask you a question. Do you think he would have did it for her that way? Do you think he approved of that? Do you think a woman should handle her love situations or her marriage or something that's going on in her relationship like that? Comment below. We gotta know. I gotta know. Talk to me. And another thing, do you think it was appropriate for a woman of God, a pastor, to address certain matters like that in the pulpit, at the altar, in the church, at the ministry, whatever you want to call it, however you want to say it? Do you think that was appropriate? Well, it's amazing. I don't know. And I know sometimes you can get caught up in your feelings, especially when you love someone. But there's certain ways to handle it. You got to be secure within yourself. That's between you and your husband. You deal with it accordingly, and you deal with the lady accordingly. There's ways to do it besides the pulpit. And we all have another side. We can be angered. Just, don't sin. But guys, that's my thought on that. Yeah, comment below. Tell me what you think. I gotta hear from you. Now let's take a look at her saying that there's still hope for her. And again, there is. And also the apology. This is a lot to take in. This is really, for the Christian community, hard to watch.
There's hope. There's hope. That's why I am here and I am talking to your hope. The Bible says, yes, I'm going to talk about the Bible. Now faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Hope. Hope is one of the most amazing things that you have to cherish but lose every day. I have people who are inboxing me, whether by way of social media or not, who have applauded me because of hope. Where there are women and some men and people who may or may not agree. But what you can agree is someone, somewhere, got hope. That there is hope that someone would be a voice despite how it came out, despite where it came out. Don't worry, I'm going to deal with all of that. But there is a level of hope that first ladies around the world and women or people saw. They saw a level of intuitiveness that there is someone that is going to stand up and give us hope. Now, I get it. Trust me, I'm not going to address anything. I want to address your hope. Deep down inside of everybody, there is something that you have to fight for. There is some goal that you've got to persevere to. But the bottom line of it is you've got to have hope. Because once you realize there's hope in something, you'll find a reason to keep triumphing over whatever it is that has you stagnated in a season where you don't understand that you can do all things through Christ who strengthens you. Now, who am I to talk about it? I'm the perfect person to talk about it. I'm going to tell you why. Because there are times where even I feel, as someone said, downtrodden. There's times where I feel like, what in the world is going on? There is something that I found. It's called hope. Have you ever looked at someone's courage and you got excited because you found a fight in someone else's fight? And so some women around the world, first ladies even, I may say, they're finding a level of fight in the fight that I displayed. Yeah, I'm going to deal with all of that. Trust me, I am. Hopefully you'll be at service on Sunday. But I thank God that I gave somebody, somewhere, amongst all of this rubble, confusion, and chaos, hope. That I do not have to stand back and let this happen. I don't have to sit back and watch something that I love so dear be attacked. I have a right to stand up for myself. I don't have the right to do it in a certain way. We're going to deal with that. But I have a right to stand and protect what God says is ours. Because collectively, I believe that most marriages will be okay if the two touch and agree that we're going to fight together. If couples would come together and fight for their marriage, and fight for the stability of their marriage, and fight, they'll see a different result than what we see now in marriages all over the world. And so if we're going to give you hope, and if I gave someone hope, despite what it is, where it was, what happened, let me be that sacrificial lamb. Fight for a healthy marriage. Fight to keep people out of a healthy marriage. Fight together, and you will have strength to conquer the world. There is hope for marriages. Someone said, you gave me a lot of hope. I'm glad that I did that. There is hope. That part. Never mind all of that. I applaud every first lady that stands flat-footed and say, what you're not going to do is you're not going to do this. Because we are coming together because we've got hope that this marriage will last, because we're going to do what we have to do to people all over the world to let them know that there are healthy marriages and there are two people that will fight together because we love each other, we respect marriage, and we will make sure that anyone that comes across our marriage will understand. Not here, not ever, not anywhere. Hopefully you guys can come together and have hope that we both will take the reins and won't let go until we close our eyes together. The goal is two people fighting for the right to defend their marriage. Y'all be okay. I promise you. We'll all get through this. God bless you. I want to say I am so sorry. I'm saying I'm sorry because it is a sacred death. And if anyone knows about the sacred places, I am familiar with them. My actions as a leader should not have taken the position behind the sacred death. I should have stood in the place as a leader. But what you saw was a wife. And I spoke as a wife. And it is okay to speak as a wife. But it is not okay to speak as a wife from an overseer's position in a sacred desk behind the sacred place. I am not blaming anybody. I am not doing anything but saying I am sorry. I don't apologize. I'm sorry. I am so sorry that I spoke out of line. That is the bottom line. I was out of line. I spoke to many first ladies around the world, and they understood some of the stuff that I was going through, if not all of it. But there was a level of them that became relatable where I was as a wife. I am a wife first. I am a wife first. I am very human, and that doesn't negate the fact that I wear this position as overseer. I ask that you please forgive me, because that's what I've asked you for, forgiveness. But before I even take communion, I had to make it right. Before I stand up on the pulpit that I unfortunately did not do right by at that moment where I was, because I was at a moment, I want to say I'm so sorry.
Please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.